Hal, thanks for your time. What are your thoughts? I'm going to ask you about some of the quarterbacks at big weekends. Your thoughts about what you see with Baylor Sawyer Robertson.
I love Sawyer Robertson. I've been watching him since he was in high school, and Coach Leach recruited him. I just think he's a great player. He's just really starting to come into his own.
When you see when you see his growth from where he was when, of course, if Mike Leach recruited him, you know this. If Mike Leach or a Hal Mumme or someone like that recruit you to play quarterback, you're probably pretty damn good, right?
Yeah, he probably can throw it. That's for sure.
What do you?
No, I like him a lot. I thought he was going to be the next great one at Mississippi State, and when Mike sadly passed, and he found a good home, I think, in Baylor.
What are your thoughts after watching John Mateer? You knew of him at Washington State and what he's given Oklahoma.
I don't know as much about him. I did watch him a couple of times last year at State. I think he's a terrific player, very reminiscent of Baker Mayfield.
Coach, going back to Sawyer Robertson for a second, just how much of the air raid do you see in what Baylor's doing right now with Jake Spavital? And he's clearly had a little bit of a resurgence after the Texas State head coaching gig. Last couple years, Baylor's had a very fun offense to watch, and certainly right now one of the better passing offenses in the entire country. But what have you seen from Jake Spavital and some of the mixture of air raid, but other things that he's doing as well?
Well, I think they've got a good package, and I think the thing that really makes that go was last year they hired Mason Miller from Mississippi State to be the O-line coach, and Mason's probably one of the top 3 or 4 O-line coaches in America.
How much does the offensive line coach affect the impact of how well you can run the air raid?
About 100%. I mean that's where it all starts and ends there. So if you're not doing well, then it doesn't matter how good your skill guys are. If you're doing well in the O-line and you're picking things up and doing what you're supposed to do, then you got a great shot to have a great offense.
How much, and are most teams that run that type of offense, do they have to have the big – everyone wants huge offensive line, but we know what Leach did with the spreading it out when he was at Tech and elsewhere. How much – and is that what you need when you run it, or can it just be maybe not the massive size offensive lineman?
I think it's more important that they can move their feet and that they are agile. Size is great. I mean, and Mike certainly, particularly at Texas Tech, got to that point where his final couple of lines there were just massive individuals. But if you looked at them, they were all very, very quick and agile. And he didn't sacrifice any of that just to have size.
Coach, I know you're a busy guy, but we've had a couple of full weekends now. We mentioned John Mateer's obviously off to a great start. Sawyer Robertson have a nice year. Maybe what is a player, a team, what are some things that maybe popped out in the time you've been able to kind of look around the game a little bit?
Well, the ones you mentioned I like. I think we're a little early yet to start picking out dark horses and stuff like that for the playoffs.
Garrett,
but I like what I saw out of LSU. I thought LSU played good.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Nussmeier. He looks impossibly, who knows, thoughts that he might end up being the number 1 overall pick, just what you've seen from him.
He's reminiscent of Joe Burrow to me. And they're heading that way with their offense, I think. I think Florida State's a team you got to certainly look at. And, there's several others. Obviously, Ohio State's the creme de la creme right now.
The freshman saying last week he did not hurt them, made the big throw for a touchdown against Texas, and I can't imagine he's going to be better. How many freshmen over the years have you played immediately?
I'm trying to think of one. I can't think of it.
Probably not many, right?
Yeah. The thing about freshmen that's changed in the last probably 15 years is that there's so much more mature coming out of high school now than they were back, around the turn of the 2000 of the 21st century. It's really been an incredible growth in terms of quarterback play in high school, and a lot of that has to do with all the summertime 7-on-7s and a lot of individual work by them on their own. A lot of them with trainers. I think that's changed the way players come out of high school and are either ready to play or not ready to play.
I thought that, and it was back about what you mentioned, that you saw that infiltrate into the state of Texas, and you know that. You were a part of it. The 7-on-7 seemed like it sparked a lot. What did then, the wide open type air raid, how does that help a team? Is it you can win with that offense if you have it clicking against somebody that may be more talented than you?
Well, yeah, it's kind of an equalizer, and it always helps to be able to score, and most of the teams that run it can score. So it keeps you in games that you probably shouldn't be in, and it helps you run up some stats and some points on people that you should be in the game.
Hal Mumme with us on 365 Sports.
Coach, I don't know if you got a chance to get some eyes on the game, but Texas State and UTSA this past weekend, a couple pretty big explosive performances. Any chance you got to familiarize yourself at all with that one, or I'm sure you know some of the players involved at least?
No, not really. I'm kind of busy doing this offensive coordinator gig at Centenary, so we had our own game to deal with. So I don't even know who won that game. Who won?
Texas State ended up winning, and seemed like they've gotten now. G.J. Kinney's got a little bit of an edge on his former high school coach and Jeff Traylor at UTSA. You do know Chris Hatcher, and Sanford is visiting Waco
I
this
can tell
weekend.
you about that.
Yeah. Tell me about Chris Hatcher. He played for you at Valdosta, and what makes him, and is he the one that runs that offense maybe better than anybody in America?
He does a great job, and yeah, he's certainly up there with the best of them. He's very, very competitive. Always has been, and his teams reflect his personality. I tell you, Baylor, they need not to don't rest on your laurels, because he's gone into a whole bunch of SEC stadiums and nearly come out with a win. You got to be ready for him.
They play anybody pretty much. They also, because of budgetary reasons, they'll, like you said, go into some big stadiums, get a check, and then at times, like Army did K-State, and sometimes we see this, they walk away with the check and also a win. Has he changed the offense up and he tweaked it a little bit? Do you notice anything different with him?
I think he's added his own, like everybody does, he's added his own touches to it, but it's still pretty much the same offense.
What did you see when you recruited him out of high school to play for you?
Well, I didn't recruit him. He was already at Baylor.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And Mike Cabin recruited him, and I think Mike saw the same thing I did. He's a very competitive guy. He's an undersized quarterback that nobody thought would be able to play, and he goes from being the 8th string guy at Valdosta State as a freshman to winning the Harlan Hill Trophy as a senior.
I know you have a team meeting or a coaches meeting to do in just a moment. Hal Mumme with us just for a couple more questions on 365 Sports.
Yeah, Coach, as you mentioned, you can't really watch much because you are busy, and you guys had a successful debut there, Centenary 42-7 over Westgate Christian. You got Millsaps coming up. Just what's it feel like to be in the saddle with this team and that first performance? So what were your thoughts coming out of it on Saturday?
I love these guys. They're fun to be around. This is a neat little school. We've got we're celebrating our 200th anniversary as an institution, as a university, and so it's we're the oldest school in Louisiana, and we have great crowds. We had a sellout crowd for the opening game, and I think we'll probably sell out most of them the rest of the year.
Isn't that Robert Parrish, the chief, the former great basketball player's alma mater?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Yeah, we've got several pretty famous guys from here. And they back in the day, before World War II, they had a great football program. And in 1941, all the all the male students enlisted, so they had to drop the program, and they just never brought it back until recently.
What would you do if you didn't have coaching to do? Would you just watch film and coach that way and consult it? What would you do if it wasn't something you could do on an everyday basis?
I probably wouldn't be a very good person.
You'd be miserable, huh?
Yeah, I don't know about miserable, but I'd be bored and unoccupied, and that's not a good thing to be.
Last thing, thank you for your time. We appreciate it, especially with the time crunch with your meeting. When you look at the air raid, what is the next most, I guess, similar offense that you see anywhere close to it?
Well, there's a lot. If you go through college football particularly, and it's getting so maybe about 3 or 4 teams in the NFL. There's a lot of teams that do a lot of similar things, and I think we're all more kindred spirits than we are opposite spirits. And like say the Kansas City Chiefs and the stuff they're doing at Miami with the Dolphins. I think there's a lot of similarities. There's more similarities than differences.
Go win a game, man. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.